Oprah is filming her Australian television specials at the Sydney Opera House today.
Our reporter Dina Rosendorff is at the Opera House this morning, and she joins us now as many of the fans are lining up and the excitement continues to build.
That's certainly right, Bev. Well, there's still a couple of hours to go before Oprah tapes her first show here at Sydney's Opera House. But as you say, hundreds of audience members are already lining up. They've made signs. They're chanting Oprah, Oprah. There's one sign that said, "Vote Oprah 1 for Prime Minister." Now, I had a chance to speak to 4 of those lucky audience members who got tickets to her shows. Let's have a look at what they had to say.
Well, I was at home, opened up my computer, I screamed, ran through the house, "I've got Oprah tickets!" And my husband said, "Well, of course you're taking me." And I said, "Of course." And here we are. And I've told absolutely anybody and everybody that would listen, I have Oprah tickets.
I'm sure lots of very jealous people are watching back at home. Now, Kaz Nicholson, you've come all the way from Perth.
Yes, I have, yeah.
Big Oprah fan?
Absolutely, loved her for years. She's amazing, really amazing.
How did you feel when you found out that you had a ticket?
I had to double check, you know. I looked at it and saw I had an email from the website and then read it and had to read it again just to make sure, you know. It's like, is this really happening? Yeah.
Who are you hoping to see here today?
Bon Jovi.
Fair enough. Now, also today here, we've got mother and daughter Fiona and Genevieve Lee from Sydney, so you haven't come too far.
No.
Tell me, who are you excited to see?
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah,
I'd really like to see Hugh Jackman. Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, definitely Hugh Jackman and maybe Nicole Kidman, so yeah.
And you don't mind the wait, there's still a couple of hours to go?
No. We'll wait all day. Yeah.
Have you guys been long-time Oprah fans?
Yeah, we've definitely loved Oprah. We
Yeah.
always loved the giveaway specials and the Sound of Music special and
Yeah, we watch together. Yeah.
Oh, well, look, ladies, you never know. The best thing about being in the Oprah audience is that apparently she gives away free things. Are you looking forward to some freebies?
Yeah. A trip to Chicago would be good.
And there I think you've hit on the nub of what makes Oprah so popular, because she does. She gives away an awful lot. We've seen her giving away cars to an entire audience. Do we have a sense of what the Sydney audience might expect?
Well, Oprah is full of surprises, so in terms of what she might give away, that is still to be revealed. But we can tell you the acts that are going to be a part of the 2 shows. In terms of local celebrities, we've got Hugh Jackman, Bindi Irwin, Russell Crowe, Nicole Kidman, Keith Urban. But in terms of the international acts, at this stage we know about Bon Jovi as one of our lucky audience members referred to before, and of course rap act Jay-Z. But there are, as she's announced before, there are still a few surprises to come, so we may see a few more headline acts. Now, I have to tell you, Bev, that if we could just get the camera to pan away, you'll see there's a heavy media contingent here already, and beyond that you can hopefully see the stage, and that's where Oprah is going to be filming 2 of her shows. Now, of course, she has so much material from her trip around Australia that they've actually decided to broadcast 4 shows about Australia and about her adventures in Australia. 2 of them will be filmed here today, and of course the other 2 shows will just be comprised of footage that she's taken from her trip around Australia.
And that is priceless publicity. I know people are annoyed about the cost and whether we need the hoopla, but you know, that sort of publicity you can't buy. What is Sydney like today? Is it impossible to get around?
Sydney is in complete and utter lockdown, Bev. I mean, early this morning when I came here, I had to take a cab and I had to get past 10 security checkpoints just to get here, and that was even with a media pass. There's a maritime exclusion zone behind me. There are special clearways in place. You just can't get access to the Opera House, the Opera House, I should say, today. It's just incredibly, security is incredibly tight. But as you mentioned before, Tourism Australia and the federal government believe that this is all for good reason. They've invested, as we know, $3 million. There may even have been more of an investment from state governments. But they say it's worth it because Oprah has an audience, a minimum of 10 million people in the US watch her show, but she's also broadcast to 145 countries around the world, and they say that she targets middle-class mums in the US. Now, they're the decision makers in the family. They're the ones who decide where they're going to take their families on holiday. So they're really hoping that Australia, this is the best tourism ad you can have for Australia.